Hey, what's going on, parents, ROCK students? I wanted to announce what we're going to be doing tomorrow, and maybe to get our time be utilized the best it could be. I wanted to give you a little tutorial video for what we're going to be doing as a community to play a game tomorrow for one of our last ROCK meetings of the year. So we're going to be playing a game called Costume Party Bingo. We're going to be playing a game called Costume Party Bingo. And really, it's going to not be too crazy difficult. But one of the things that we're going to invite you to do, you do not have to do this, we're going to invite you to do to kind of like have a little bit more fun and amp up the festivity of it all, is we're going to ask you to maybe come in a costume. It could be something as simple as a basketball jersey. Maybe you have a mustache and some funny glasses, or maybe you're going to go all out and you're going to dress up like Rey from Star Wars, or maybe you're going to bring out what you wore from Halloween. Wear that, have fun with it. For those of you who are like, I'm not into the whole costume thing, that's okay. You don't need to. We just want you to be there with us to enjoy some fun as we wrap up our year. So, Costume Party Bingo, that's the costume party part of it. What'll be fun, because we're going to be doing this on Zoom and we'll be able to see one another and what kind of fun dress up, costumes that we're going to be wearing. So that'll be fun. And then the bingo part of it is pretty simple as well. Most of us have played bingo in our lives before, and so that's what we're going to be doing. So for that, however, you're going to need to come to the event with at least one or two, maybe three bingo cards already made. And how you're going to do that is what I wanted to show you. So you're going to be making your own bingo card, and you're going to be bringing that to the event. The best way that you are going to do that is to find a 8 by 11.5, a normal printer page blank piece of paper. If it's lined notebook paper, totally cool too. But you're going to do that, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold that piece of paper in half. So now you have a bingo card on one side and a bingo card on another. So fold that in half, that'll get you two bingo cards. Then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna wanna make a bingo card like this, B-I-N-G-O at the top. B-I-N-G-O at the top, and you're gonna wanna make your rectangle, and you wanna have 5 different columns in rows, 5 different rows for it as well. So you're just gonna make a large rectangle, B-I-N-G-O at the top, and then you're gonna make those rows and columns. So you're not gonna fill out whatever numbers that you feel like. That would be insane. We have a predetermined set of numbers for each letter. So those are going to be as follows. So you're going to be able to choose for B 1 through 15. So when you go to your B row here, notice that I've done 3, 7, 10, I'm looking at it backwards, 12 and 15. So those are the numbers I chose out of that B group. So as you can see, B would be 1 to 15. That's your choices. So you're gonna put that in those rows. And then the I is 16 to 30. The N is 31 to 45. The G is 46 through 60. And the O is 61 through 75. So I'm gonna hold that up here a moment so you can maybe write that down and get that ready for making your bingo card. All right, so those are the numbers you're gonna need to have on your bingo card. You can choose any of those numbers. Again, you're only gonna have 5. So if I look back at my bingo card and I look at my I row, I've got 19, 23, 27, 29, and 30. Those are just random numbers that I selected from this I group. If you wanted to be just kind of plain Jane boring, in I, you could do 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and then you're done. So you're gonna make 2 bingo cards. So bingo card on one side, and I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing and do another bingo card. Now here is something that's really important. Notice this is not in pencil, right? This is, you're gonna do it either in pen or in marker. Why? Because sin dwells in your little heart, and the moment that competition gets into the mix, what you will be tempted to do is erase your number and to just write, and so that you get bingo really quickly. And so to alleviate any of that temptation, so sin doesn't grab a hold of you, you're gonna do it in marker or in pen on both sides. Cool? So as you come into our Zoom call tomorrow, you are gonna need to have your bingo cards ready to go and labeled, so that when you come in, we don't have to explain all of this. It's already taken 6 minutes just to explain this. So there's our bingo cards. Now, moving forward, you will notice that on my N square, I have a free space. N, there's that middle square, a free space. But check this out. The only way you actually get to have that free space is if you decide to come dressed up to our event. So you come in a costume, however elaborate or not, you're gonna get a free space in that N row. If you don't, you just wanna come, you just wanna do the bingo thing, you wanna just kind of be present there, then you're, instead of having a free space, you're gonna write another number in there. So some of you, N will have 4 numbers if you're dressed up. If you're not dressed up, N will have 5 numbers. Okay, so once we start to go, I have you'll see in my Zoom, in our Zoom call, like B7 will come up, I28 will come up, and we're gonna start doing those, and you're gonna start crossing stuff off on your bingo sheet. And after a couple, maybe I do 3 different letter number combinations, I'm gonna have a stop a moment, and then I'm gonna do something called consequences. Now, this is what happens here is, let's just say the number I just called was N37, and that's on your bingo card, and you marked it off. You have to have marked it off. I'm gonna ask you to stand up in our Zoom call. So you're gonna stand up and you're gonna have a consequence. Yeah, you got the number, but you're gonna have a consequence to pay. It's gonna be random, and I'm gonna show that on our screen. So you stood up, you've got a consequence to pay, and one of the consequences might be something like this. Wear a blanket cape for 5 rounds. So you've got to rush away from your screen. You've got to find a blanket. You've got to find some way to clip it to you and to wear it as a cape. And you've got to have that now for 5 sequences of numbers. Now, while you're running away to go get your penalty or your consequence, I'm going to go back and we're going to be doing numbers and letters. So you're going to miss some. Your parents can't write it down for you. Your brother, your sister, your grandma, your grandpa, your guardian, no one can write it down. You're just gonna miss it. Bummer, but that's the fun, because there's gonna be some times where other people are running away and you're not, and you're gonna be getting some numbers. So there's that consequence portion. Like I said, we call O68. If you got O68, you're gonna have to stand up and pay the consequence for that. Go and do that activity, and then run back, and then try to keep up with what we're doing in bingo. Okay, so now we've gone all the way, and somebody has just gotten bingo. Awesome, congratulations, that's fantastic. You haven't won yet. Okay, so once you've gotten bingo, then the next step to get us closer to actually having you win a round of bingo is we're gonna do truth or dare. So if you have your bingo all lined up, you're gonna read to us the bingo that you got. We're gonna make sure that it aligns with the numbers that we had put out there. And once we are assured that you got it, and then you've got to move to a truth or dare portion, and this is going to be random as well. It'll be fun. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit stop. It's going to come up on the screen. You as a winner, you're going to see it. And then, like for example, a a dare or a truth might be imitate your youth pastor. So in front of everybody on screen, including me, I'm gonna get to see your best imitation of me. So you can do that, and if you do the dare or you tell us the truth, like for an example, like who would you take if the apocalypse happened tomorrow? What one person would you take with you if the apocalypse happened tomorrow? It's kind of like a truth thing, right? So imitate your youth pastor. That question, if you answer that or you perform that task, then you move to the winner's podium, which is fantastic. And we have some prizes for you if you're in that winner's space. Okay? So it's kind of a complicated set, which is why I wanted to get this information to you today so you could see it, you could be prepared, and you can understand how this game is played. So costume party bingo, come dressed up in a costume or don't. It's up to you. You need your bingo cards, at least 2, maybe 3 ready to go. That free space in N is for those who have a costume. If you know already, I'm not coming at all. That's not my jam. It's not what I want to do. I don't like having fun. Okay, cool. No worries. Just make sure you have 5 numbers in your N row. And then we start going through, we start calling numbers, we start marking some spots, but then there's a consequence to pay. And so you'll have to pay that consequence, run away, come back. You're gonna miss some things, but that's okay. It's part of the game, it's part of the fun. And then if you do win, we move you to a truth or dare portion. And if you do the task, if you perform it, and you in front of everybody, it's great, fantastic, then you're gonna win. If not, then you know what, we say, hey, you know what, maybe you're like, I don't wanna do that one, I'll do another one. Fantastic, but we're gonna go back to throwing some numbers out there again. So costume party bingo is what we're gonna be doing. And we will not be pushing that to YouTube live tomorrow. That will be just strictly in a Zoom room with everybody that wants to participate. Okay? Costume party bingo on Zoom tomorrow. It's gonna start at 7:15, and it would be amazing if you could have be linked into our Zoom room by 7:12 tomorrow night, just so we can start at 7:15. If you're a little bit late coming to the space, well, then you're gonna miss some of the numbers and some of the fun that we have already had. So thank you so much. We are looking forward to ending our time together kind of this way as a large community with some fun and some laughter, and again, just having a little bit of a joy being spread by the costumes that you're gonna be coming to this event with. So we're looking forward to that. We will see you guys at theROCK Costume Party Bingo tomorrow at 7:15. Be good. We can't wait to see you guys then.